Hey, how did you get in here? Haha, I'm kidding. Good morning, everyone. I am inside. You can see this little tiny room at the NOC. I decided to stay here overnight because it was raining in the afternoon. Everything was wet, so I wanted to dry everything out before the big plog onto Fontana to start the Smokies. So I am heading out here. It is still dark 30, as you can see. I am getting everything ready. Gonna eat me some donuts. Put everything in the backpack. Everything got dried out last night, which is good. Needed to do that. Eat me some donuts, and I'm gonna start in the dark because that's what I like to do. Get in that first 30, 60 minutes in the dark, and by the time the light comes up, I'm already a few miles in. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to be a big day. It looks like about 6,670 feet of elevation, 20 plus miles. So that's about 1.25 miles straight up in the air, and 20 plus miles forward. That's looking like where I'm going to try to get to today, make up for those miles I could have got yesterday afternoon, because I was really bummed last night that I stopped. I didn't want to stop. 12 miles is not a day for me. It's a half a day, and I didn't need a half a day because I just had one a couple days ago. So I was a little bummed by that, but at the end of the day, it was a smarter decision because it was a big descent. Knees were hurting a little bit from that. So good amount of rest was, or a decent rest last night was good for me. And let everything dry out is even better. So I could camp better tonight because it is going to be clear today, supposedly, according to the weather. So be able to get a good day in today. So let's do it. So here I am climbing out of the NOC this morning. You can hear the rapids off to my left over there. It's weird, I was just walking through and all of a sudden there was yellow caution tape that blocked off the trail. I went under it, kept going, and go about 100 yards, maybe 200 yards, and there was another yellow tape caution off. So I don't know if they were cautioning off that one section or what. It's just kind of weird that they have that on the trail. There's no other really way around that here, I don't think. But I kept going. I had about another hour left of dark, I guess. I love doing this early morning stuff with my headlamp. Very peaceful. Especially when you can't sleep anymore and your body's saying it's time to get up. But I have a pretty big climb coming up today, like I said earlier. And it starts now, so I'm not going to rush it. Get started early, go a nice steady pace. But I had an epiphany this morning. Like, did the PCT, 150 in, or give or take, to the Appalachian Trail here. This backpack is with me the whole time. Why does my backpack not have a trail name? I have a trail name. I'm Fortune. Fortune might as well be my real name now. I think I'm more known by that than my real name anymore, and I'm completely fine with that. But my backpack doesn't have a name. He goes with me everywhere I go. He's doing the hard work, carrying all the stuff. All those mountains I get, he's carrying them. And it hit me. My backpack's trail name should be In the Bag. So ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to In the Bag. When I take a break, In the Bag's gonna take a break. When I climb a mountain, In the Bag climbs the mountain. And he holds the mountains for me. In the Bag. Just a little fun for you this morning. But it's true. I gave my backpack a trail name because that's what I do. I do things that I have no idea why I'm doing. Oh, really close to that water rushing. Can't see it. But big boulder here. I don't know if you can see it in the dark, but all right, gonna continue on. Down there's the NOC, already up this high. Starting to get lighter out. And as you can see, Another foggy start. But starting to climb up, about 700 foot of elevation so far. Keeps on going up. The color of the leaves on the ground with those yellow leaves on the trees there, and the big trees with the different colors of bark and moss and whatever else is on there. The mountains in the background with the fog and clouds skirting around. Wow, just beautiful. Hear all the animals and birds in the background. Sounds like they're talking to each other. So peaceful. I don't know if you can see that down there, but there's a farm. That'd be cool to live right there, like in a valley or in between all the big mountains or hills here. Really nice view you would have all the time, sitting in that fog, even sitting in on you, drinking your morning coffee out there. Yeah, baby, that'd be nice. Trail's looking beautiful today. Still climbing. Gonna be doing that for quite a few miles. I don't know if you could see these mountains back here, but they're really cool. You know, those are all fogged in. But then over there, you see the tops of the mountains over top of the clouds and fog. I'm really hoping when I get up to the top of some of those today that I can be looking down on the clouds instead of locked in by the fog and clouds. That would be awesome. Yeah, haven't got to do that since I've been out here. And I love that feeling when you're above the clouds. It's such a great feeling. Feels like you've climbed up to heaven or something. But a few miles in, I think it's a little over 2 right now, about 2.5 or so. About 1,000 foot of elevation so far. Still trekking on. Back in the fog again. Kind of steep little section here I'm climbing up. Went about 300 feet in just, wow, not even a quarter of a mile. But man, was it beautiful. It's not like it's anything tough, like, bouldering or anything. Just a lot of leaves and roots, but a section of that I was completely surrounded by trees, like in a
really short tunnel. Kind of had to crouch going through it. Just beautiful though. Nice little steep section. I already know what kind of elevation I have to do today, so I don't have a problem with it coming in spurts like that and knocking out 500-600 feet at a time. Woo! I will tell you, that's one thing different about here in the PCT that I love. Sometimes PCT annoys you. All the switchbacks, you just keep going back and forth for something that you could have just went like that. Now there's a time when switchbacks is handy and you don't feel like doing that steep elevation, but most of the time I just feel like getting to the top as soon as I can. Oh, beautiful views here. Kind of at the top of a saddle or flat spot. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be above those clouds at some point, and I like that. All right, let's see if we go up or start going down a little bit here. There's a lot of up and down over the next few miles, but a lot more elevation than there is descension. So let's keep going. So I've been going up for quite some time. Gradual, nonstop. This right here, nice little steep section. No rocks or anything, just leaves and straight up. At least 20% grade, probably closer to 25. Yeah, baby. Little S curves all the way up. But climbing up to the top of that, I'm guessing. Had a little spurt earlier. 300, 400, 500. You know, pretty quickly. This is kind of doing the same thing. I love it. Get you, get that heart pumping. Get you sweating. It's a muggy day so far. Probably 60s. But, definitely muggy. I'm pouring sweat. Whew. Look at that. I can't wait to be above those clouds looking down. That is going to be gorgeous today. Hopefully that's what happens and I don't get locked in with fog. Yeah, just basically climbing straight up here along this ridge. I know the phone and the camera here doesn't really show the steepness, but trust you me, it's pretty steep right there. This levels out a little better. A little less gradual, I should say. I mean, a little less steep, more gradual. I'll get it right. Looks like, yeah, I'm going up top of that up there. All right, continuing on. So I stopped and took a break. In the bag, took a break also. We got some water. I said we got some water. Me and my backpack got some water. Well, technically, I guess the backpack got some water because the backpack holds my water. So anyway, got some water, filtered it. Got a snack out, put it in my pocket for here in a little bit. I'm walking up a bunch of rocks right now, if you wonder why I'm going so slow. It's weird coming down the rocks yesterday. They were wet, but they weren't that slippery. These are pretty slick for some reason. I don't know if it's just different types of moss that's on it makes it slipperier, or just a different type of rock, or what the deal is, but definitely slipperier today, so I got to go a little slower on the rocks. But got some water, put the bandana on because I'm sweating pretty good. That runs into the eyes. Looks like I'm encompassed by fog up here. It's supposed to be a pretty nice view up here in a little bit. I'm hoping that that opens up so I can see the view. If not, we'll look at the fog in the trees. You know, it's been looking all morning like I'd be above the fog here eventually. I guess not yet. Right now I'm in the fog, not above it. So I'm gonna keep climbing up here and see what the future holds. Right now, a little over 2,000 of elevation so far. I think I'm closing in on 5 miles for the day so far. So A lot more elevation, a lot more miles to go. Let's do it! These rocks are definitely slipperier than yesterday. And then you add blowdowns in with it, and leaves, and mud. Fun times. So you can't make out all the different shadows and, you know, details of the mountains, but it's still a really cool view from up here where the clouds are below, fog's rolling through. You can see the peaks of some of them. Really good view. Over there is where all the fog is, so kind of starting to get out of that. But that's a really cool view over there. I like it. Nice to see that several miles in today. Still climbing. Imagine that. Turned a corner though, and there was a couple birds that I didn't see that took off right as I got next to them. Violently took off. I don't know if they were grouses or not, but they sounded like it. I don't even know if they have grouses in this area. But they sure sound like when they took off, just like jet propelled engines blowing all at once, just two of them. But whew, the other day, you know, when I talked about the issues on the Thru-Hike, sometimes you shouldn't trust a fart. Okay, I'm joking. That didn't happen this time, but it almost scared the poopy out of me. They need to put some noise reduction on those wings. About 4,500 feet in the air right now. Getting closer to the next summit. Have climbed a lot today. 3,000 plus at this point. I haven't looked at it lately, but it is getting quite windy and it is quite chilly up here. Not gonna lie. Definitely, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees cooler than what it felt down below. So I don't know if that's just the wind making it feel that way or if it's just that much cooler up here, but see how it progresses. I might have to put a layer back on. It started raining. Apparently the weather did not look at the weather forecast today because it wasn't supposed to rain, just supposed to be cloudy. That's a bummer, but that's okay. We got to take it anyway. You know what they say, no rain, no pain, no Maine. Yeah, baby. Standing on the summit of Cheoah. I hope I'm saying that right. Cheoah. Cheoah Bald. And it is beautiful. I finally got above the clouds and the fog. The rain has stopped. The sun is shining. Absolutely beautiful. And it's over on that side as well. I'll go show you that in a minute. Freaking gorgeous. So Cheoah Bald, or whatever it's called, is in the bag. And this is the other side of the bald. The east side, I guess. Epic just as much over here. Wow. Poor little goldfish. Currently at about 10 miles and 5,000 feet of elevation. Been feeling pretty strong today. That's a lot of elevation for 10 miles, but feeling pretty strong. It's going down a little bit right now. I think it goes down to a gap and then comes back up again. Sun's kind of peeking through over in this area. You see those views where we're above the fog, but here we are in the fog again over here. So I don't know if we're going through it or if it's starting to clear out all over the place, but we'll find that out as we go. And I'm going to finish eating some food and then carry on. So that's a big blowdown. Nice and wide. So a lot of people may go down there to try to go around it. But I am going to go right over top of it. Since I have this tree for leverage, kind of push myself off, put that foot down, and boom. I have no idea if that's the easy way or the hard way, but it's the fortune way. Mm-hmm. Standing on the summit of Mount Possible. All things are possible. There's some mountains. And way over there are some other mountains. Those, my friends, are the Smokies. But for now, I'm on Mount Possible. And Mount Possible is in the bag. So coming into Yellow Creek Gap here in a mile or two, I'm about 6,000 plus in elevation gained on the day. Feeling really strong. My phone is getting ready to die soon, so this is going to be the last video clip. It's just a lot more walking, because I'm actually going to bust through to Fontana. And then I'm going to take a Nero. That's where, I wouldn't call it a Nero because it's 20-something miles today and thousands of feet of elevation. A Nero is where you almost take a zero, but not quite. I've definitely taken a full day, but I'm going to, sleep in a nice warm bed tonight, and then I'm taking a zero tomorrow. So then the next video will be me entering the Smokies from Fontana. So you're just going to see a lot more of what you're seeing here for the next few miles, continuing on into Fontana. But since the phone is dying, I want to conserve what's left of it, and in case I need it to call or get out for any reason. So this will be the last of it today. Hope you enjoyed the views. There were some really good views, some good climbs, my silly entertainment. But, yep, I'm going to take my first zero tomorrow. Decided to keep pushing through and get those extra miles in elevation today and start on the Smokies fresh with a full day of rest. So my first zero of the Appalachian Trail. So until next time, remember, live life